I've just realised that this tractor goes 40 kilometres an hour in reverse. Look at this, we're in top gear. Hellfire! I'm moving for a tractor that'll do 40k in reverse. Blimey O'Reilly. That is, oh, that's rapid, that really is. Oh yeah, if you want to go backwards quickly, she's the tractor, no doubt. Howdy folks, how are we doing? Now, do you remember this video? One of the new little 5S Masseys, a 125, look at that. Isn't that a nice little compact tractor? So yes, we looked at a Massey Ferguson 5S 125 at the Beds YFC rally show. And duly, I've got a 5S on demonstration. This is actually the bigger one. This is it's a 145. You can just see it tucked behind the loader there. 145, 145 horsepower. On again, what struck me on that, when I first see it, was how small and compact it is for, well, in this case, a 145 horsepower tractor. You think this is got the same power output as my TW25 within, 10 horsepower. Obviously on a much more compact scale, little 4-pot engine. Actually, let's have a look at that. Let's get that bonnet up and have a look at that engine. So, right, what have we got? Well, we've obviously got a Sisu engine in here. Little tiny thing, I mean, you can barely see it. Obviously a lot of pipe work and everything in the way, but you've got your filters down there. Got a fair chunky fan there, like. But yeah, your engine is just sort of, well, you can't actually see it, but it is tucked all the way in there. Coolant expansion tanks there, nice and easy to see. Where is you've got a fuel filter down there. Obviously, the wheels are turned, so a bit awkward to access at the minute. Where is the engine oil dipstick? Probably the other side. But I mean, Massey have done this before. They're not strangers to. There you go. There's your dipstick and your filler. So nice and easy to do. You've got a if I can get it off. Well, I can't really reach it at the minute, but that is a positive terminal for jump starting it or powering anything like. Yeah, like I say, Massey are not new to this sort of sloping bonnet design. They've been doing them for years, and we'll see when we get in the cab just how effective that sloping bonnet is for visibility. But yeah, such a compact little unit, look. Really is. You obviously got your after treatment there. Yeah, a quickie loader as well. Right, we'll see if we can figure it out. Alright, yeah, you got a little hatch there. So I'm guessing none of that folds out. I don't think that all folds out. Can't see any hinges or anything, but obviously you've got a little hole there to get into. Put that back. Perhaps that is the trade-off of having such a compact design. You can't, yeah, we've got the same this side. Bigger hole this time. Yeah, you got, that's not too, you can get in there to blow that. Obviously you got an, you have a long enough blaster gun with a sort of 45 tip on the end, like you would, you'd blow all that out. But and it looks like if you want to, you could unbolt to do a more thorough clean. Yeah, a couple more bolts to the other side. Although we have got rigid steel hoses there. I don't know, but perhaps that is the trade-off of having such a compact design. But you certainly can still get in there and clean it out. Their thought of it with that. But yeah, I mean, what a fantastic compact design that is. Suspended front axle on this, which is obviously aids comfort. I'm all for comfort. Right, so we can get this down. That's nice and easy to pull down. There we go, that's shut nicely. Lovely styling, obviously, they've got styling right with these. I'm not going to lie, I've not been the greatest fan of Massey's previous ranges, but with these, they look right, and I think we're going to have a look at an 8S in the future and see what the big boys are like, but they certainly look the part now. Right, so we've got the ubiquitous little toolbox, and it is little. I wouldn't even get my sandwiches in there, but it is somewhere to stow your PTO stub, drawbar pin, and some balls and some clips and that. But like a lot of modern tractors, there's very little in the way of toolbox storage, but there is some. We've got some. Right, we've got the diesel and our blue, obviously. Your steps, nice big steps actually, big, wide and deep, 3 steps, and they are staggered nicely, so it's easy to get up to. Interestingly, these are plastic treads. These are, they've got nice, they're nice and sort of aggressively grippy as well, so it'd be interesting to see how well they last over sort of a set of galvanized steps, galvanized steel, or some alley steps like some manufacturers use. We've got a halogen work light package. I am told you can have LEDs. We've got the belt line driving lights, in case you've got a big weight or a big bucket on the front, you can use them as your headlights. We've got a spool valve there, which I think is assignable. I think it is. So that can power whatever, but sort of like normally a top link, hydraulic top link. You've also got PTO on and off. Now, this is not really going to be able to test it whilst we've got it, but if you hold it down for 5 seconds, it starts the machine up. Keep it held down for 10 seconds, it will then go to a preset engine revs. So, for example, if you're running a slurry pump, that's a good example. Like, you can just press that. You can, because obviously the slurry pump, you normally got to be here priming it. You can do it all off that button. Good little touch, that. So back end, it's a nice chunky looking back end actually. Big chunky lift arms on it. Some good size stabilizer arms on it. Mechanical suspension. Got the spools labelled there, plus and minus. You've got your power beyond everything there. 7-pin plug. ABS, another nice little touch. Yeah, some chunky old assist rounds, but you got to remember, this is like, although it's a little, I keep using the word compact, but it's not a compact, it's compactly put together, if you know what I mean. It's well packaged, but it's still, it's 145 horsepower tractor. It's a chunky little machine, and that is quite a chunky back end, which we'll test out shortly. So that is about it. We've got a 6-post cab, which means we've got the little quarter windows at the back that you can open. I like that. Got battery in here, again plastic steps. Twiddle them, that comes down, gets a battery, simples. And yeah, again quickie loader with sort of quickitch type, what do you call it? Never had one off, to be honest, but it's supposed to be pretty good. And we are on 460 Trailball tyres. So that is the walk round. Looks smart from the outside. Let's get inside, see what it's like, and put it to a bit of work, shall we? So I do like these drop arm adjusters. There's plenty of room to twiddle them without catching your knuckles on the pickup hitch lift arms. So yeah, you just twiddle them like that. Very good design they are. And you can set them in any position because they're on a little hex nut type thing there. So we just got to go down 8 turns. Right, so we've got the flat lift on the back. We've got our old Tanko bucket on the front filled with type 1. It's ballast. Yeah, nice and planted down the road. Feel that front suspension working. We're just getting a nice little bit of float, if you know what I mean. And of course we've got the suspension on the loader as well, you know, the boom suspension, so we're doubled up lot. This has got a Dyna 4 gearbox in it, so so we've got 3 ranges, 4 gears in each range. That was the range change there, that little pause. Oh, nice positive brakes on it, very positive brakes. Yeah, so I've been quiet down the road, nice and smooth. Well, it's lovely and comfy, it really is. Right, so we are in the field ready to go. I'll just give you a quick brief overview of the sort of cab before we get going. So up here got all your lights, flashing lights and everything, draft control, drop speed and lift height for your rear linkage, 2 mechanical spools, loader joystick, now well spec loader joystick. You got your gears up down there, forward and reverser as well on the joystick, thumb wheel for your 3rd service, and behind on the trigger is a clutch dump button as well. So main joystick, we've got 2 electro spools there on the thumb wheel, 2 set cruise controls, a memory button, your up down for your rear linkage. This button switches operating mode sort of thing, so sort of like from transport mode to field mode. We're in field at the minute, so you can have your sort of your preset gears there on the bottom left of the dash there. You can change that just at the flick of a button. Auto steer, forward and reverse there, and the whole joystick pushes forward to go up gears, back to go down. Hand throttle, auto button, neutral button, start gear selector, and this is your depth control with a nice little marker there. See that little black marker there? So when you click that, you can hear it click when you get to it, so you haven't got to look at it each time. Handy. Full drive and diff locks and auto buttons, joystick lock off, so you can't knock the loader when you're going along, and you've got your audio buttons there for the stereo. Quite a nice little stereo there. Look. Air conditioning up there, good old Massey staple, a can cooler. How about that? That is old school, that is. So you've got a blind here as well, so you can blind the sunroof off. So anyway, let's get set up. We're in our sort of, no, we need to press that. So we're in our field range, so we're going to start off in 2A. Permanent four-wheel drive, auto diff lock, and we're ready to go. I'm just going to go with the old trusty hand throttle. So we're letting there, let it go off, drop the back in, see what she does. She's plonking along quite nicely. See if she'll take another gear. Yeah, no bother. Subsoil is in as deep as. Now bear in mind this tractor's on 460 tyres, so they're quite a skinny tyre. And they're quite well blown up. I mean, I've not checked the pressures, but they're not as low as I would have them for this job. But we're coping quite nicely. Will she take another gear? We're doing 5.5 kilometres an hour at the minute. She knows about that. We're in 2C now. That's hanging on though, that engine. But that's quite happy in 2B, 5.5 kilometres an hour. There you go, and a treat. It really is. It just goes to show you these little compact tractors, you know, they are capable of doing some draft work. I mean, like we said before, you know, sort of, you wind the clock back 20 years, 145, 150 horsepower tractor was a blooming big tractor. You know, it's just that, you know, this day and age they've managed to shrink them down into a nice little compact package, but you've still got that performance there out of again a little 4-pot engine that you can barely see. So we'll just come back a gear, get towards the end on the headland. Up she comes. There we go. Nice smooth transition. Forwards again. Drop her down. Yeah, she is, you know, she's fighting. Right, now we're going to use one of Massey's long-term little features that have just been a feature of the Massey sort of thing. Now on the shuttle here, on the column mounted shuttle, you can go up and down the gears via the shuttle lever. So if I just go look like that, and we're gone up. So for folks that like to use that shuttle, I prefer to use the joystick, as you know, but some folks like Mucker, he likes to use that shuttle. I'm sure he would like to use, that to change gear as well. So just click it down like that, and we've gone down a gear. It's a good little system, and I think I'm pretty sure in saying that Massey are the only company that does it. But it just gives you, the thing with this tractor, it seems to be, is it gives you options, a lot of different ways to do the same thing. You know, we've got 3 different types of shuttle on it. You know, we've got it on the loader joystick, on the main joystick, and on the column mounted shuttle. Same as the gears. Gears are on everything. So you've got whatever you're doing, it's at your fingertips. I like that. Then we'll just come back a gear. Off on the revs a bit. She's quite happy. 1500 revs now. I mean, she is pretty tough going. Smooth as you like. I am impressed. I'm not going to lie, I am impressed. Steering's lovely and light. Smooth changes. So just drop it in again. Just let it lug now. Like I say, we're at 1500 revs. Just need to turn that draft control off. There you go, that's better. So draft control was just bringing the subsoiler out. That's just staying put now. Try the gear. Now that is a pokey little engine, isn't it? $1,500 revs, and we are, well, we're literally walking along. I'm not going to try third because we know you don't like third even at high revs. But that's quite capably doing it. We're not getting a lot of wheel slip. Drop her in. It's just copes, Tom. It just copes. And these are, you know, it is tricky conditions this year, it really is. But, you know, it's a lovely, comfy place to sit. All the controls, literally all the controls at my fingertips. What's more to say? There is, you can get it with auto steer. But just talking about auto steer, it does come with quick steer as well if you've got that fitted. But it's also got telematics. I knew that, you know, Massey Ferguson have been offering, and you know, you can find out all the information. Hopefully we can find out all the information about how the machine is performing whilst it's doing this task. So that's another string in its bow sort of thing. But yeah, lovely place to sit. Got a couple of grab handles there. Like I say, the opening quarter windows so you get a little bit of fresh air in. Very nice. It is very nice. And like I say, I think we'll have to have a look at this tractor's bigger brother, the 8S, and see what one of them's like, because they do look pretty tasty. They really do. If you remember at Lamb, I sat in one. That was an 8S 265, I believe, and again, did seem a very nice place to sit. It really did. So I think we will have to have a look at one of them. Up we go. Lovely manoeuvrable little machine as well. It really does turn around sharp, you know, it's got a good lock on it, like. There we go. We are off. Well, the Massey has really impressed me, to be fair. It really has. Like I say, it's been a long time since I've driven a modern Massey. A 6480 would have been the last and newest Massey that I would have driven. Obviously they've come a long way since then, and you know, this is just, you know, sort of really romped away with that flat lift. Nice and comfy. Suspension's been working well. Nice comfortable place to sit. Like I say, it's, you know, what isn't to like? Yeah, I definitely think we should have a look at an 8S when we get the chance, and see what they're like. So, you know, the bigger machines. And but yeah, for now, I hope you enjoyed this video on the old Massey 5S 145, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ta!